And now I will begin our remembrance ritual by lighting our candle of remembrance. Where are the people who were once present in our lives? Those who were present, but those who have died. Are they still present with us in some form? Do they still speak to us? Do they hear us when we speak to them? Everyone here might have a different answer to these questions. Now, some of you can answer with certainty because of personal experiences you might have had. Others of you can answer with the certainty of reason. Still others might be floating through that not knowing, through the mystery. We feel our place among the continuum of life and death by creating a sacred space for both mourning and celebration, and an altar with candles to honor those who have passed on. Whatever your beliefs or whatever your questions about the afterlife, this ritual invites us to remember our loved ones and to carry their spirit along in our own lives. This space also reminds us that we're not alone in our sorrow. Unitarian Universalists believe that no matter what happens to us, we don't have to do it alone. We are here to listen to each other's stories, to comfort one another, and to bless each other with wholeness and healing. Now, with all of these names evoked and their presence truly among us, I would invite you now to pause and watch a slideshow of photographs that many of you sent in, photos of your departed loved ones. And as we watch this, let us reflect on all of those who we have loved and all of those who we miss so dearly.
Find me, oh, somewhere. them bloom for me and you, and I think to myself, what a wonderful world. Well, I see skies of blue and I see clouds of white and the brightness of day. I like the dark and I think to myself, what a wonderful world. The colors of the rainbow, so pretty in the sky, are also on the faces of people passing by. I see friends shaking hands singing, how do you do? They really say, I love you. I hear babies cry and I watch them grow. They'll learn much more than we'll know, and I think to myself, what a wonderful world. Someday I wish upon a star, wake up where the clouds are far behind me, where trouble melts like a lemon drops high above the chimney top. That's where you find me, oh, somewhere over the rainbow, way up high. The dreams that you dare to, why, oh why can't I,
Now I would invite you all to sing in our next hymn, The Lone Wild Bird. Many years ago, after my grandfather died, my family flew back to Minnesota for the funeral. Well, the day after the burial, my two older cousins, Dwight and Kenny, and I, we went out fishing in that same very lake where we had fished with Grandpa over many years. As the three of us sat there in silence, waiting for that northern pike or walleye to bite, I couldn't help but think of my grandpa. How when I was a small child, he used to catch a minnow in the bait bucket for me and put it on my hook because I was too squeamish to do it myself. I remembered how he would always know just the right spot to put the boat so that we would catch the fish. I remembered how when I felt a nibble, he would tell me to wait. All right, now, reel it in. He would always be there with that net ready to make sure that the fish didn't get away. We would celebrate once the fish was safely aboard. Sitting there that day in the boat with Dwight and Kenny, now all of us adults, I looked at them and I just said, I miss Grandpa. They both nodded. And as we started to tell stories of Grandpa and how he always knew the best spots for fishing, Dwight was trying at that moment to steer the boat to some of those great fishing spots, but somehow he just couldn't do it as well as Grandpa could. Well, today seemed to be a day for fishing, but not necessarily a day for catching. For our beloved Grandpa, our leader, he was gone. He wasn't there to show us where the best spots were. Well, as Dwight, Kenny, and I continued to not catch any fish, we saw this bald eagle fly overhead. Kenny reminded us how much Grandpa loved bald eagles. We watched that eagle for a long time. Finally, I broke the silence and said, maybe that is Grandpa. Maybe he's back to keep an eye on us. Well, we all sat and pondered that idea for a while. And finally, Dwight said, yeah, maybe it is. Well, as we watched that eagle now perched in the tallest pine tree on the banks of the lake, we decided to move a bit closer to get a better look. That's when we noticed the eagle's head turned downward, carefully scanning the waters below. Well, in an instant, that eagle dove down to the surface of the water, talons outstretched, and came up with an enormous flopping northern pike. Kenny turned to me and said, I think Grandpa just showed us where all the fish are. Sure enough, after we moved the boat to that area of the lake, we fished there for over an hour and caught several beautiful northerns, a few perch, and even a huge walleye. We went back home and we had us an amazing fish fry. We all shared the meal with the family. We told everyone the story of that eagle. And as we ate, we somehow knew that Grandpa was there with us. We somehow knew that he had never left us. It's in these moments where the ordinary is transformed into something magical, something that is just beyond our understanding. Did my grandpa's soul transcend his physical body and take the form of that bald eagle? Maybe even for just a short while? Well, of course, I can't say for sure. Well, what I do know is that his spirit was with us that day as we told stories of his life, as we fished in the same spots where he taught us to fish, as we shared the same meal with our family that we had shared with Grandpa so many times before. It's these times when those of our tender memories transcend time and place. And we're the ones with something larger than ourselves to share. Something just beyond our comprehension. Something sacred. For all of our loved ones are here with us today, right now, as we evoke their names, as we remember all of the times we shared together. For those that we loved are never really gone. Those who lived with us, those who struggled, those who laughed, those who cried with us. They haven't simply melted into dust. They haven't simply just disappeared. They're with us still. Their lives are lived, the lives that they lived continue to hold us steady today. And their words remind us and call us back to our true selves. Their courage and their love continue to hold us. For we, the living, carry them with us. We are their voices, their hands, and their hearts. We take them with us wherever we may go in this great voyage of life. So may it be. Amen.